see what happens. So yeah, what I was just saying then is that when I was doing a mix of my rotating defenses against you last Tuesday up in the gym, and then that would make you not miss your offense, and then you back off, and then I was doing some of the toes, and then you go for a bait opening, and then I would counter you and stuff. And then after a while, you get frustrated. But I was only like 5 minutes at the time, and then I pointed out that you were going my speed, and I was like hypnotizing you and making you watch. And then you went, yeah, and then I went, just speed it up 10 or 20%, get your movement going, and if you can do that, then you can make me play like your game instead. Whoever makes them play their game is the one that wins usually. So I'm like, when that happened, all of a sudden you got me for the next 3 to 5 minutes, and then I had to go, wait, now I'm watching. I had to step back and reset my head, and we both just did our own tempo against each other, and we're moving around fine. But the other videos before that, I was playing too much with baiting, and the baiting is setting up offense, which means that anytime I have too much of an offensive mindset, my head stops moving, my feet stop moving as much, my hands stop moving as much, which means I was doing the right thing with the toes for baiting, tight in the opening, go wider, shorter, slower, but I'm doing it too often, too soon, and too many of them back to back. We're actually getting better moves when we're just doing defensive mindset and getting closer. And we're getting more kill shots and more setups and more definitive finishes. And also better sniper non-telegraphics for when they exited because we're close enough. So I think I still do some of the baiting Garnios, but we're doing a lot of them largo medium. Where I feel like it's still better for us to get physically closer with the defensive mindset. And then when we feel or see an opening, then go for it. And then even then we could do a fake and it makes them flinch. So if I keep the forward pressure and I'm close enough, then I can make you, when I see an opening, not go for it straight away and just keep the pressure on. You'll start showing more openings again. But my main focus today is I'm going too quickly through. I'm doing the right checklist. I'm just doing it too fast, and I don't mean fast like attacking and moving. I mean I'm going do my head, get my head in the game. How's my feet? How's my shoulders? Go all the way to there, and they're going. All right, now we're going to start opening and doing the toes. I shouldn't be opening yet. I should be doing the rotating defenses for way longer, changing all the ranges, just playing with the defenses with no offense, and I should just be doing the blocks, the deflections, and the umbragadas, and rotating those three and switching them to see if I can catch you out. Because so many people are aggressors and just waiting for that opportunity, even if they just pretend to be defensive at the beginning, so that you relax, and then you go for something and then they counter you. So I'm like, I think I just want to play with all the ranges and the defenses for a bit longer. I'm still going to keep the toes in mind. If I go where we have the defense and I see no openings, and I feel like you see no openings, it feels like lots of forward defensive pressure and no one's getting anything, then I'll start doing the toes a bit more if I've tried all the rotating stuff. But I feel like I tick off the defense and go too early to opening and baiting. And I'm like, so my main thing today is pretty much the same as last week, just more emphasis on the defense. My tip forward all the time, especially when I do the spines, not going away, making sure it's pointed at you instead of looking up. Making sure that even when I step back that I don't come up a little bit, that I maintain that level. And then I don't just do just the spines like this and stay in a little deep. I need to make sure that I do like a spine and then bring out the second step of the Guro with a block, or I go block on the first step and then spine on the second step. Like you can alternate the spines and the blocks, but it's best not to do them both back to back. So you can do rolling blocks back to back, but then it means that you get a little bit more planted into the bigger motion that you have to go around. And then the same with the spines, they're a faster motion, but now you're more in the middle of the center line. So they both have a negative if you double up on what you can, which is good for baiting, but it's way safer to just switch every time. And then still got the uppercut is to slot back in. But today my focus is mostly the rotating defenses. I still will go for the offense, and I will still step in. I want to see if I can get a bit more into the forearm, auto stuff a little bit without forcing it. I feel like when it happens properly, it just happens. It's me being in the right range, and something happens with the distancing and the weight shifting, and then it just seems really obvious. Whenever I try to force it, it doesn't work. And making sure that if I do that, the follow-up, so I don't step with every roll. So even when I was doing it, I realized I'm still too in the same spot. I need to get deeper and deeper as I do it. So, but yeah,
Yeah, I hesitate weight there.
Yeah.
If I don't, I should step in because it takes away your strike.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I think our posture for both of us, especially on Katana, keeps coming up because we have an illusion of having the right level, because I can keep that pointed at you and it feels like it's very like tight and pointed at you still, but I am actually on my ribs when I could be more up here. And even when I don't notice it when I come up, it doesn't feel that different. But when I'm down here and I come up, it's super obvious. But when it's there to there, that doesn't feel that different, and the gap looks massively different to the other person. That's one of the main things I'm noticing. So the tip forward and pointed at them gives us a false sense of security sometimes, because we actually don't have the correct height that the tip's making us think we are. So make sure the tip's lined up first, because that is important, and then make sure your head's like getting around. But once you got the tip and the head lined up, make sure you are getting the height to like scratch your chin, because that's something we both keep dropping too low on. And once again, I think some of it I was doing intentionally as baiting, but I think some of it wasn't. I think some of it was a mistake. So I want to once again play around with that. I do have a bit of tendon issues in both my hands, so I won't be able to go too hard. But good old Bruno and Simplets.
Well, we often learn more going a bit slower anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
yeah.
We won't go.
And like, I still want to vary the speeds of everything, but I feel like the varying of the speeds is more of the toes checklist for when you're trying to open their like mess with their defense and change the broken rhythm. I'd rather get broken rhythm from switching defenses at the moment than play with the speeds. So I probably will do more of one speed at the moment, but I will mess with it as well because I don't want to be too predictable. But yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, see what happens.
Yeah, man, it's so hot today. Hope the sun goes away and that breeze comes back.
Yeah, it started alright.
Oh, there's like a little bit of overcast and nice breeze, and I was like, oh, I'll be okay.
Yeah. Get my speed back.
What's that?
I've got to get a bit of speed.
Yeah.
This is really slow and it's
Yeah, I was going to say, mate, your speed is always a little bit more than mine. Whatever you feel comfortable with, you do your own thing.
Yeah, go through the list.
Keep going.
Well, it doesn't feel good at the moment.
Whoever extended left there would have done better. The back of my glove. It's got your head actually.
Yeah.
That you're bringing it up into a roof block. Interesting. At first felt a little bit awkward, the speed. I felt too predictable. But then the more I started moving, it was when I was doing little ones, you were able to read my range too easily.
Right.
It's when I started doing bigger steps and coming further in and out with bigger Dorello steps, really emphasizing the second step.
That's what those other videos didn't look like I was doing.
Yeah.
Enough distance. It looked like it was all too narrow.
As I'm saying, we need to go
Larger.
all the way in and out more.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
They still do shorter steps too because it's harder to
in
read.
between.
But
yeah.
we weren't mixing in the big ones.
Yeah.
And it's not big down narrow because it becomes too down the middle. It really feels like you do like short, wide, off the line, straight back in. But if something else happens, you fall off, keep going, change direction. But keep strike short. So that the window of defense is tighter.
Yeah. Keeping the tip pointed, keeping the spine.
It's helped a lot.
It does, but it just feels.
And it also makes you feel tighter when you move it. Like, I feel like when this is down here, my head has better movement. When I'm up here, I feel like I get really tight with it. So I have to make sure I still keep my movement going, or like the width of it. Yeah, I just don't want to get too narrow.
Yeah.
And I'm worried about me doing that V step too much. I want to make sure I'm winging out and doing the second part of the Dorellos. The tip forward, the height, and the Dorellos are my main focus right now.
Yeah, I've got to go wide.
But it's making me feel comfortable to go for attacks, knowing that my movement is keeping me safe, so it's allowing me to try stuff. I can't do subsequent attacks, I can't do like 2-3 yet, because your movement's also lining up and keeping me safe. But we're both making mistakes on the second one occasionally, and we're both getting closer and closer to being able to capitalize on it because we are pulling in closer. So at the beginning we were doing like nipping ones and coming back, but now we're doing one and then seeing can we get something else, all that risk back into this, but then re-entering like this. Yeah.
That bit of thing, yeah.
Once you did it, like you came out here,
Yeah.
you then circled on the line.
Right.
Where if you did the same thing and then kept switching, like you got to switch your stance a bit more.
Yes.
But that'll force the Dorellos.
Yeah.
Because you did, I think you did a Dorello on the first part. I think you stepped away with the left and did a back right step like a roof block, and that's a Dorello.
Yeah.
But then you kept circling with that same stance. Yeah. And once you did that, then I think I've just changed and done your hands. Where if you keep switching, you'll disappear and ghost it, because that'll go through. Yeah. As I say, it's good defensively, but even offensively, I need to keep doing it. Because defensively, I'll do that where I'm going here, stepping out, moving around, and then offensively, I'll come in, and I'm getting two, like just one. And I need to keep switching even on the offense. Which I should just think for defense, because whenever I think offense, I stop all my other stuff. So I'm like, if I think just defense, then I don't have to worry about it. Forward and backwards, just defense everywhere, then my footwork's swinging out. Try to open it. No, it's good.
I actually thought you were tripping, man.
No, I was going here, and then I'm going to just keep going.
Yeah.
I think it's because of my level got lower.
You actually look like you're tripping.
No, good.
Yeah.
That's Ray. He looks like he's falling.
Yeah,
I'm
I thought,
I'm like, every time I'm like, what's he doing? And then I'm like, oh, I'm dead.
I actually did have a sentence in my head going, what the hell?
It's a slight broken rhythm in the middle.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't look like it's a flow.
No.
And it's not like I went flow to here. It's like I went to here and then fell all the way up.
Yeah, it's the right way. It's non-telegraphic.
As long as I'm thinking about how to move my head and retract.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking about how to roll and spine and get off in case that came back. You could use it against me because I do a forward motion.
I'm not watching. You do whatever you want. That's way too close. I'm in my head going, that's way too close.
It was like 4 or 5 where I was like, should I just step and dive? Because it looked like I could almost go like spine and just go for it. But every time I even did the slightest touch on your spine, it was solid and I could feel you moving and controlling me.
It was until that was the final one. We both went in and I went, wow, that's
in that last minute, every 10 to 15 seconds, I was like, now just do it. And I'm going, it felt like I was going to force it, like it didn't feel like it was right. That last one wasn't forced.
No.
I was like, I was running out of patience, which is one of our hardest things. It's just the patience of continuing to go in and out and continuing to play with the speeds and the defense.
You saw the openings? Like it was okay? Like
yeah. You're flashing like the right baits.
Oh, yeah.
I'm getting that feeling of like,
now.
I should come up, I should launch.
Okay.
And I'm stopping myself because it feels like a 50-50. Which usually means that you're setting me up or you just have good defensive and timing. And if it's 50-50, I'm usually not close enough. Which made me go, you know what, don't go for it. Just continue stepping. And that's what I was doing. If I was just doing it here on the same spot, I wouldn't do as much. But when I'm going in, and I don't have to extend, but I'm coming in and back and around and in and back. And moving, spine, rolls, and I'm keeping the stars. So I'm doing a mixture of the small points and big points. But very little offense. Like it still is coming out, just because I'm seeing like your blade go past and maybe something there. So I'll just do a little one, but I'm not even going to full extension.
No.
I'm just seeing does it line up, and if you move off the line or roll or deflect this, I can retract it and go for something else. It's very non-committal. You feel like you're doing a similar kind of thing?
I do, definitely. We're going in and out a lot, which is much better than I was before on the videos. So that's good.
This probably sounds a bit weird, but I feel like you're meeting my pressure or exiting. So I feel like you're not doing enough of your own forward pressure now. But be careful because I will use it against you if you use too much. So but I think that's the difference. Is I think we'll both be for doing out of range, just inside Largo and going to media, and we're both going to the edge of media and back, the edge of media and back, and I've started to cross deeper where I could get stuff but I just am not extending, and then you're feeling it and backing out again. But if you occasionally met me, it would startle me and change it.
I was trying to do those in between half steps.
Yeah.
You know, so
add a couple of longer ones again. Still do the half steps as well though. Like don't stop doing anything you're doing, just add as well. But that's it's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's feeling pretty good though.
Like
you don't have any massive holes. I'm getting green lights constantly to go for your baits, and I don't know if they're real or not. They're like, I'm not getting the right timing and measurement on it, but I'm still getting a green light to go for it, which is messing with my head. Like, I should go for it now, and then I'm not really in range, or I'm in the wrong position, like I'm not loaded. I could reach for it, but it wouldn't be that fast because you're putting in positions where it's like I'll be loaded like this, and you'll step closer here. Yeah. And like as you do that, I'm going, well, it's not really lining up for that, which means I have to turn, which gives you more telegraph and timing. It makes it easier for you to read. So I'm like, instead of me chasing, I'm going, you know what? My instinct was to just go bang, get up here like that, and then roll. So instead I'm going, I'm going to realign this. I'm back around there. And then I'm going, okay, now diagonals. I go, this way would make you feel like you're just circling. So I'm cutting in a lot of time, cutting you off, making you back out, and then I'm going, alright, now I can control it. But in that second where you stepped out here behind my blade, it's making you baiting me roll with it. You're holding back, you're not making me flinch by it. It's not like you're coming here, I'm going fake. You're coming in, and it looks like I can see it. It looks like you're looking for something, but it looks like I can see your neck. And when I have gone for it, you've just defended, and I've almost died.
And my main focus is excellent.
Yeah.
So like as I'm doing that, I'm thinking get back.
I'm occasionally like baiting.
Yeah.
And like doing like little ones, but I'm really not focusing on the ingonias and bait as much. Other than the rotating of the defenses, like the changing of the timing and ranges. I'm doing range and measurement ingonias, not really like hand baits or like different traps that we usually play with as much. I'm trying to think less of the offense and just do the defense. Yeah. There is ingonias that you can set up with just defenses.
Yeah, this is still getting the flow right.
Yeah.
All the flow and rhythm.
Yeah.
All that.
So make sure it's your timing for the flow.
Yeah, not yours.
Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, you're playing into my game. Whoever makes it play the other person's game is who ends up watching. And if we both just do our own game, even if it's different speeds at the same time, then no one's watching, and that's when we both just hit the zone. Yeah. Okay. Do another 5 and then maybe switch out.
Definitely switch on a few leads.
Yeah, I did the same.
Yeah, that was a good one over here.
Yeah, but once again, it's making me get lower,
Yeah.
which isn't really a negative.
No.
As long as I'm able to like keep my defense in my head about me when it happens. Yeah, I see something you look down when it happens, I'm just more second.
Well, that's why I'm getting used to actually not giving a shit. You don't need sliding, do your thing.
Yeah, I was saying some of my other students have jumped in and they usually just die now because I don't take my eyes off them. Even if I slip, I'm just watching because I don't care if I slip anymore. I'm like, that happens, whatever. Someone's like sweat on the mats or like wet cobblestones, leaves on the ground, whatever it is. Alright.
We're trying to mix it.
I think you did a few rolling around, but then as you move back straight.
I could feel the distance immediately.
Yeah. You're rolling, and then the moment you didn't roll, you created a gap.
Yeah. Oh, when I got them upright, we just discussed all that.
But the rest of it's feeling good. Yeah. It is very defensive, though.
That was a good bait. Come on.
This is slow.
Yeah.
Playing with like the tips,
Yeah, it's good.
Because sometimes I'm looking for like a spine, so it looks like I'm going up. But if you pull that backwards, I can sometimes
Yeah.
just turn it into an actual attack.
Yeah, I can bring you in if I
Yeah.
just retreat with it.
So most of the time I can't get to your neck past the sword,
Yeah.
but when you think I'm trying to just knock your sword away, when you retract it, now I can actually reach the neck.
Yeah, I have to be careful of distance with that. Okay.
Interesting. Oh, you nicked me
I
a
did
little.
reach over.
Yeah. I need to roll more.
Yeah. I actually felt planted. When,
I think I usually wouldn't go for that, but then
Yeah.
once again I think I saw your feet
it
tight
did.
together.
I just went, oh shit.
And I think I realised that meant you weren't down.
Yeah.
I think it made you come up for it.
That's where you got me last time with the
Yeah.
hedge. I came in, I was
And it
planted.
usually, when we come up, it's usually when we do root blocks.
Yeah.
So I thought you were doing that, so as you came up, I've done that angle.
Yeah, try to
Thinking I
come
could do
here.
that or that.
Yeah.
Ah, nice, with the tip in. Tried to force the entry.
Yeah.
I just keep thinking about the only thing I haven't done today is get the forearm close stuff. But now my last 2 or 3 things is me trying to force close enough to set that up.
Yeah.
Once again, I'm not being present enough, and I'm now thinking too much about my offense again. Need to just do the defense, because whenever I've actually got that small you've gone for offense, I just rolled, felt that it was deep enough, and then known to step.
Yeah, come through, yeah.
It's less of being, it's more me just being close enough defensively than me actually trying to make it happen. Do you want to do another minute or 2, or do you want to switch?
We can do another minute. We seem to be advancing a bit, really.
Yeah.
But it's better than when
I'm
I
gonna
started.
stop trying to force the entry and see if it goes back to feeling good defensively.
Yeah.
Because now I feel like I've got a couple of holes because I'm trying to force too much. I just want to see if that's gone. And, yeah.
Okay.
I know. Are you working on anything, or
Yeah.
just going through everything?
I'm still trying to get that flow right.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
And like I'm saying, not dropping my arms.
I'll say your hands don't look obvious. You don't look like you have a massive gap or anything. That's like a mistake. If there is gaps, it looks intentional or like.
I'm baiting with my arms down, which is good.
Yeah.
But then when it's getting intense, I'm forgetting to bring it right up.
Yeah.
So I'm still trying to do all the stuff.
That's what I was worrying about. Like I was saying, that we've flown too low.
Yeah.
And then it's also making us go to the tip forward, making us feel comfortable up.
Yeah.
So I need to make sure it's down here. I feel like the only reason I got that last upward slope was because you came up and here.
Yeah, there's all that.
You're still here. I feel like you would have rolled with it.
So it's just a balance between baiting low and then
Yeah.
it's tight, get out of there sort of thing.
Yeah, it's a hard one.
Yeah.
And both the short and the long mixes as well. Sometimes when you're switching, you make yourself get stuck.
Yeah.
Your rhythm isn't as readable now.
Again, I felt planted for a second.
You know what it was? I suddenly realised you were looking for the offense.
Yeah.
Like it felt
I
like we
stopped
were
on the
flowing
spot.
from me going forward, you going defence, then you flowing forward, me going defence, and we're both doing it. Then I started flowing forward, and it looked like you were trying to time.
Yeah, I thought
my
I can get
offense.
around this, but when I did that,
Yeah.
my feet didn't move.
It's your sword stopped flowing. no, once again, it looks,
Yeah.
flowy, even like forward, and then you go forward a bit, and then you go back, and it would flow. So when you went back, it looked more like you were loading again. Right. And I was like, oh, he's looking for offense. I can time it. He's not picking the defense. Yeah. Okay, good. Because once again, I don't think I would have thrown there. I was just going in and out with the flows. Yeah, before. Just going, don't look for anything. Just keep fucking with the ranges and timing. Yeah. Keep mixing the defenses between the spines and the rolls and whatnot.
Because when you go 1, 2, 3, you think, oh, I've got this. Yeah. If I can make him keep doing this, I can come in.
And maybe in the first two, you got your head and feet.
Oh yeah, you're not right on the first. But maybe on
the third, you go, that's the window. And you go, yeah. And then you come up and go to single.
You're not moving.
Exactly. You get excited about the possibility, and then you fall off everything on the checklist.
Yeah, everything's forgotten. Got one in the head. Beautiful.
Actually, we might have to switch out tonight.
Yeah, that's right.
It's starting to run out of time. Yeah. Cheers, man. That feels good though. And like, you're playing with your own range and timing a bit more. Yeah, I feel like before you were trying to achieve flow by copying my flow, but a lot of time that let me redo easier. Yeah. But now you're just going, you know what your own one feels like now. Across all the weapon groups, that little like jagged, like.
Well, that's where I know if it's wrong, because if I'm not feeling that, I go, oh, it's not right.
Yeah, whenever you kind of mentally recognize and go, I'm not really feeling it right now, maybe just increase your speed by 10 to 20%. Yeah. Just go no offense, defense only, increase speed slightly, and just see how you feel after that. Because a lot of time it'll mess with them, and even if they were setting you up, they now have to remeasure and time everything. Because that's what happened the other week. I had your measurement and timing, you sped it up, and then I had to start reevaluating, and I didn't keep moving as I reevaluated. I started watching, and you hit me as I watched. But I didn't watch until you changed it, because I had the measurement and timing. And like, it's just fascinating.
I felt like in that previous exchange, when I was doing too much offense, all I had to do was one good fake. Yeah. And that would have changed everything. Yeah. Actually, I knew I'd put a lot of pressure on, but if I had a faked one.
When we're that close, like, I constantly feel like that as well. That a single fake could change the entire game of movement. Yeah. That if you can make them watch for that second, then
you knew I wanted offense. Yeah. But if I had a fake one, it would have helped.
Well, that's it. I think I knew you wanted it, and then I've like figured out the timing on it. But once again, I think it's because you're just flowing and looking for offense flowing. If you added a bit of broken rhythm with the fakes or with like your timing or measurement or something, I wouldn't have been able to measure it so easily. Okay. But like it wasn't like I still had to come in and out constantly, and I couldn't force it because you started to get me when I started to force those entries. Because I went, what area haven't I done today? And I went, I should make the forearm Tano connections, see if I can get the definitive finishes. But nearly any time we've got clean definitive finishes, it's been off their mistakes, not us forcing it on them. I should be able to trick you into making the mistakes, but that's not me just coming in and trying to force that range. You're good enough that you can just pick it off and nail me, which is exactly what happened. I think you whipped the tip in twice. I think you got like a little like just loosey-loos, or just the tip just hitting me in the head, which still could just go straight into my head and brain, like who knows. And then same with my hands. I think you got my hands once or twice too. So but you got me 2 or 3 times in the same couple of minutes because of the extra pressure I put on. And I went, I'm thinking too offensively again. That wasn't my goal. Back to defense. And once I did the defense again, I started to see things again. So it's really interesting. So it's very martial arts. Do the opposite of what you want and think defense, you'll see the offense. So yeah. All right, well, I'll switch out to knife, see how it goes.